What's up everybody, welcome back to 5W Tech. So here's another weekly Wednesday review video about a piece of tech. I love monitors and display panels. They're the final piece in completing your PC build. It's what you stare at countless hours once everything is done. So get your priorities right. If you're a subscriber to my channel, you'll know my story and why I purchased this TV, or gaming monitor, or gaming TV. If you don't, that means you haven't subscribed. So please smash that sub button. It's gonna help me reach that 1,000 mark. All right. So the Samsung Q80T, it's not advertised as a gaming monitor. Of course not, but it is to me. And today I'm gonna share my experiences with the Q80T and 5 subjects. Yeah, 5 subjects. 5W Tech, 5 subjects. And the reasons as to why this TV makes a great all-around panel, and TV, and monitor, and hang on my wall, and...
Okay, get on with it already.
All of the aspects we'll discuss and go through are based on gaming. So if you're here to see what your Netflix shows will look like and your viewing angles, well, just stick around anyway. Okay, so number 1, let's talk about the different resolutions. The Q80T supports the following resolutions and refresh rates: 1080p at 60 Hz and 120 Hz, 1440p at 60 Hz and 120 Hz, 4K at 60 Hz and 120 Hz, and no 8K. The TV supports proper 4x4x4 chroma at all resolutions except 1440p at 120 Hz, which means your text and writing might look a bit wonky at this resolution setting. You may or may not notice it depending on how far away you sit from the TV. I personally sit several feet away, so I can't see the difference in gaming, only in Windows when browsing. Because the Q80T supports the wide range of resolutions, you're not limited to running it at 4K native all the time. Just make sure that your HDMI 2.1 cable is connected to HDMI port number 4. That's the PC and gaming port that supports adaptive sync and 120 Hz. You'll want to do this even for console and VRR support. Also, you'll want to make sure you enable game mode in the TV settings in order to be able to switch your desktop to 120 Hz. If you don't switch on game mode, the panel will be detected as a 60 Hz display. But we'll talk about that soon when we get into adaptive sync. So guys, this is a really good range for a QLED. If you're really having trouble pushing your games at 4K 60 frames per second, then stopping down to 1440p is an option. And believe me, it still looks freaking awesome. The only difference you'll notice is that your HUD size will increase in certain games. Not a big deal, but face it, we want 4K. 4K native resolution. 4K, 4K, 4K. Number 2, now let's talk about adaptive sync. The Q80T supports FreeSync and is G-Sync compatible. So that's great news for gamers since it will virtually eliminate screen tearing as long as the source and cable are HDMI 2.1. There are no settings for it in the actual TV, so the source has to have it enabled. With FreeSync, it's a bit more simple because it will automatically be detected. With G-Sync, it will require you to turn on some settings in the NVIDIA control panel. So let's take a look at that together and make sure you're actually getting G-Sync in 120 Hz mode.
So guys, it's really simple. You just want to make sure that when you go into your setup G-Sync menu, that you tick all of the boxes, enable G-Sync, G-Sync compatible, and number 3, you're going to want to enable settings for selected display model, even if it says the selected display is not validated.
Side note, only the 55-inch version and up support G-Sync and FreeSync at 120 Hz. If you opted for the 50-inch or lower, you're not going to have it. Keep in mind, Game Motion Plus can't be used when VRR is enabled, regardless if it's being used as a PC monitor for gaming. You're more than set with the adaptive refresh and 120 Hz. So guys, I just wanted to break away from that really quickly and show you guys proof that the Samsung Q80T is actually displaying 4K 120 Hz 10-bit HDR with VRR or G-Sync enabled. I know there's some controversy online about this. Some people are not able to get these actual specifications to work all at the same time. So just want to show you guys that it is connected. And if we go ahead and just show you right here, come on back. So as you can see, really quickly here, we're connected to HDMI port number 4, which is the only HDMI 2.1 port, and showing you right here the specifications both in the Windows settings and in the actual proof that it's currently running at exactly all of those specs all at the same time. So guys, it's all in the cable. Do not, I repeat, do not cheap out on the HDMI cable. Make sure you go for a certified HDMI 2.1 cable. So you don't think this is actually going to work on a game too? Well, let's just find out. 4K, 120 Hz, HDR. G-Sync, 10-bit, 120 hertz. What else do you want? You got it. Number 3, response time. There's not a whole lot to discuss here. For a TV, the Q80T has excellent response time and very little blur trail with fast-moving objects. However, there's a bit of overshoot in some transitions, which is more visible when using motion interpolation feature. The rated response time for the Q80T is 10.1 milliseconds. It sounds big compared to gaming monitors that have 1 millisecond. But honestly, I've never noticed this sitting several feet away. Then again, I wouldn't suggest this for competitive PC gaming. That's not what it's designed for. If response time is super duper important to you, then I'd recommend looking at an OLED panel or a high refresh rate monitor in the 200 Hz and up range. Number 4, input lag. This is another important factor to gamers. Input lag is the delay between input and on-screen reaction. The Q80T has very low input lag as long as you're using game mode. It's a bit higher with VRR or Game Motion Plus enabled, but good enough for casual gamers. Every resolution hertz setting offers a different input lag. I'll post a link to the source in the description. The input lag ranges from 5.1 milliseconds at 1080p 120 Hz to 5.8 milliseconds 4K at 120 Hz with game mode enabled. Folks, these are great numbers, and you'll be in such awe gaming on this behemoth of a 4K screen that you won't even stop to think about these numbers. Number 5, and last but, well, yeah, least important to me, will be everything grouped together. I'm talking brightness, color, HDR, viewing angles. Honestly, these subjects are not super important to me as a casual gamer. Let's face it, HDR is broken on every game, and Windows HDR basically shoots up the brightness to retina blinding levels. Viewing angles matter not to me because I'm always going to be playing front and center. Who sits at the side of their TV playing games? The panel weighs in at 53 pounds without the stand and 61 pounds with it. Of course, I have the TV wall mounted, but you can choose to have it stay on its monitor-esque like stand as long as it's well supported. Please don't put this on your IKEA Lindemann desk. Colors, brightness, and clarity on this TV are fantastic. I moved up to this TV from a 1080p panel, so I'm in awe no matter what. It's not your average 60 Hz 4K panel. It has more. All the features that are included to make this TV more gamer friendly won't necessarily mean that Samsung made sacrifices or cutbacks elsewhere. All the aspects that make this TV are top notch, and all the gamer friendly features are excellent, making this TV a really good choice without breaking the bank. And for audio, well, TVs have never really had good audio. That's where soundbars and external speakers come in, and headsets. With the Q80T, I was actually impressed by the sound quality and the thump provided by the built-in speaker system, which totals 60 watts. When I'm casually gaming without friends online, I'll leave the TV speakers on and take a break from the headset. It's in a basement after all, so why not crank it up? So in summary, do I like this TV? Yeah. Is it a gaming monitor? No. Is it a good buy? Definitely. If you're in the market for a TV that can satisfy your gaming needs without killing your wallet, then this is a buy. I have zero regrets. So guys, if you liked the video, please like it and leave some feedback in the comment section. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next week in the next tech video.